Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to the Teaching and Learning in Pedagogy course. In this playlist, I'm keep adding the pedagogy sample questions. In each video, I'm sharing some questions and techniques and the tips which might help you in your pedagogy test. This material is authorized or verified or valid from the Ministry of Education, and these resources has been taken from the various sources and which has been written by the psychologists and scholars and educators. I'm also adding the references whenever it's required. Second thing, I really thank you for your appreciation, for your subscription, for your views. And in these days, I'm looking that many of my followers, they are watching my videos till the end of the content or slide. This is a humble request to you. Keep subscribing the pedagogy course and teaching and learning. So in this course, I'm going to share some more tips and patterns. As you know that every test has its own patterns. Either it's a school test, it's an international test, it's an internal exam, it's an external exams. The pattern of question or the pattern of assessment really matters. The second thing for the pattern or the validity of the assessment, which makes the sequence and the sensible the question, and the questions or the answers relevancy to each other. Most of our fellows and friends, even us, sometimes me, or I are confused when I attempt these tests or any exams. I feel that these questions or these answers are similar to each other, are very close to each other, because the test has been designed based on the international benchmarks or the national benchmarks. And the examiner or the test conductor, they both have to care about the patterns of the questions. So in this video, I'm going to share that what are the patterns and what areas we need focus when we attempt the test, either it's pedagogy or any other type of the test or exams we do. Now, the first thing, the pedagogy test or all the assessment, they focus the words from the Bloom's taxonomy. So the Bloom's taxonomy is the key and the main source of your test. If you know all the domains of the Bloom's taxonomy and most of the keywords, and you know to what extent these keywords, the meaning they have, I'm sure your 90% problem has been solved. So first, the pattern or the test is focused on the Bloom's taxonomy, the action verbs, you know, because every question is defining the process and the pattern, and that pattern has a connection into the answers. If you have a good command on the Bloom's taxonomy and the domains of the Bloom's taxonomy and the action verbs of the Bloom's taxonomy, then you don't have to worry. You have to just, you know, attempt, just read the question and go through it. So this is the most important thing I'm going to tell you. The number one, the pattern, you have to understand the methodology, the patterns, and to what extent of the action verbs of the Bloom's taxonomy. Let's see. And the other one I will be telling you after this question. So stay with me. In this question, you can see here, what is the best tool for collecting data? Now, the word collecting data. So the action is collection, right? About the attitude now of student and teachers. There's a connection, okay? Means we want to collect the data about what? Attitude. Now, attitude about, it can be the about the classroom, and the teacher's attitude can be about the staff, about towards the school, towards the team. See, means what is the opinion and perception or assumption of the students and the teacher. So if you want to collect the data, okay, about e-learning, that how you gonna collect the data? This is the one. Now think, second pattern is that what possible, before going to the answer, what possible answer or the method can be to collect the data? Or what are the possible methods, okay, we use to collect the data? Means I'm talking about, we are letting the education field. So you have to make sure that you are collecting or you are thinking in your own domain. You are not going to beyond that, okay? So collecting data about the e-learning for home from students and teachers. Let's go to the option. So these are the keywords. Now these keywords have been taken from the Bloom's taxonomy and they have a connector. The second pattern, I told you that you have to recall the memory. You have to recycle that how, as a teacher, how can I collect the data? Right? It can be verbally. It can be by survey. You can give them a questionnaire. You can observing the individual students, right? You can by voting, you can by interviewing. See, there are the many possibles. Now, third thing, the options I have mentioned, you have to check into the answers. Are these mentioned there? Let's see. Yes, observation is mentioned, interview is mentioned, okay, electronic test, okay, mentioned. Now, fourth one, we'll go for the closest one, easiest way, which is the best of these, you know. Now, if you are going to conduct the interview, right, do you think that will be an appropriate, okay, or applicable? If you have a 3,000 students and 200 teachers in your classroom, how much time do you require to interview these, you know? Because we need the data as soon as possible. Means interview cannot be suitable. Similarly, if you want to take the observation, how much, you know, the time and energy is going to waste? Instead of, you know, visiting the classroom, taking opinion of that one, what will be the validity and authenticity of, you know, of the reliability of the data? So observation is not. Electronic test, it's completely relevant, you know. What does it mean, electronics? If you can say type of the any survey, that makes sense, but electronic test means what? We don't have this type of, you know, the term. So the best answer will be the questionnaire. You design what type of the questions or what type of the answer you want to ask from the students and the teacher, or what type of the information you need from the students and the teacher. Then you have to design the questionnaire. That questionnaire can be a hard copy, or that questionnaire can be a soft copy as a survey. Got it? So the four patterns, okay, one is the Bloom's taxonomy I have mentioned. The third thing, you know, you have to know the meaning of that one. Second thing, the connection of, you know, between this question and the answers. And the fourth thing, okay, the action verbs. What are the action verb? and through these action verbs choose the best answer. Okay. Let's see, move to the next one. Question number 2. Which of the following will use now the same pattern, right? We'll use the same pattern. First, Bloom's taxonomy, then we'll go to the action verb, then we'll make the connection between the answers, and then we'll choose the best answer. Which of the following descriptions best describe a case study? Means we should know about the case study, right? As a one of the research methodology. Means something is written in the below answers, okay? Means these 4 statements, they are describing the case study. Now describing means they are giving the meaning, right? In order to understand. So description is what? If you want to describe something, means you are telling something about that, what it is. So the what it is, was first we need the definition, right? So the description word, that means something similar to the define. It can be to what extent is a one-line definition or similar. So of course it will be one line, because we are not writing the paragraph or something. We have to create the multiple choice, okay, which is a reasonable, very have a what we call sensible information. So in order to that, we can make the answer and the paragraph. So we are not writing the paragraph, we are writing the options of that one. Let's see first one, the description of the case study. Now we should know the case study, as I mentioned. Do we know the meaning of the case study as a teacher? If we know the meaning of case study, it has been solved. I think we'll directly go to the answer. First, let's see the definition of the case study. Our case studies are based on the depth investigation of a single individual or group. I'll just go for that one. It's the investigation about something. Right? What we're gonna investigate? Causes, reasons, what is it, okay, how the process and everything about the cases. So a complete investigation about it. It can be for individual, it can be for group, it can be for event, it can be for anything. Go back to the question. A study of an individual in order to reach the best understanding of a situation and to document lessons learned. This part doesn't make sense. It's a study of an individual. It's not a study of an individual. It is as well as a group, an event. Okay. So this answer is just mentioning or the limited option of that one. Remove it. Now C and D, you can see here, they have the same word, simulating base. Simulating a realistic situation and simulating a best study. Now what is simulation? Means that they have to give a graph, a chart, a design in order to understand something. Now, if I want to know about, that the structure of the building and or everything about the building, that how it has been designed, do I have to follow for only the structure, or I have to investigate each and everything? Now think about it. Of course, I want to investigate what material has been used, what is the design of that, how much it costs, why it is, what is the purpose of this one. That will be case, a complete investigation about the particular thing. So simulating is means something is designing about, that the what we call an structure, a model to understand about something. So if you're going to see a study based on simulating, why it should be on a simulating? We don't mention only the models. Model can be part of the case study. If you want to understand a road map or a study about the roads, do I have to only study about the road, or I have to investigate all the components, okay, for the roads, that how it built, what is the purpose of that one. I have to give it everything. Otherwise, I have to show the picture and tell, okay, this is the road, okay, and it is used for the transportation. Is it a case study? Of course not. So simulating, you can see here, this is the design, okay, which models of something, which is the giving that what we call information through a graph, through model, through design in order to understand. But that's not enough information while you are working or using the methodology for the case study, or while you are researching other case study. So it can be a small part of that, but not a complete case study. So we reject both the simulating based or simulating the realistic situation. Now look at the first question: a study of an individual or group in order to reach the best understanding of the situation and to document lessons learned. This is the answer as we know the definition of it. Now, the last point: if you have a good vocabulary, then it's very easy to attempt or answer these pedagogy questions, especially English teacher. They have a good command on their language, and the most of them, they clear their test before the time, and they don't feel any trouble or any problem, okay, except in few questions, because I have been asked, and some friends, they informed me that it's a very easy pattern, okay, if you know the vocabulary. And so I'll suggest you enhance the vocabulary, make more word bank, and it will help you in pedagogy as well as in other exams. So guys, these were the patterns of the pedagogy that today I have shared with you, and I'm sure these will be useful for you. And if you didn't subscribe the pedagogy, it's a humble request to press the subscription button and bell icon button for more videos. Your comments and your appreciation will be highly appreciated. We'll be meeting in the next lesson with a new topic and new questions. Till that, bye. Stay blessed and stay safe.